Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Nerd Thug Radio. You're listening to the awesome theme music to the NT.
No, it's the Thunder Force 3 stage.
Yeah, it's Thunder Force from Sega Genesis.
Yeah, Thunder Force 3.
But for our nerd,
Most importantly, Thunder Force 3.
Stage select.
But for our NTCF, which is the Nerd Thug Clicks Federation.
No,
Wrestling
that is
League?
We're not. No.
That is the theme music.
No.
So head on over to YouTube, check us out,
Yeah,
Nerd Thug Radio.
absolutely.
Look under the Hero Clicks Championship playlist.
You and I have a match coming up.
I'm gonna
to decide who
destroy
goes
you.
to the championship.
I'm gonna destroy you.
But
When I
looks
put
like,
that mask
like
on,
an exciting game.
when I put the mask on,
You lose.
It's
I know.
over.
That's what happens.
but you're listening to Nerd Thug Radio on irlonestar.com worldwide.
Yes,
and,
yes.
on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Siesta stations.
As always, I'm the Captain Joey Savage.
Corey DLG.
That's just Nico back there.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
Whatevs, Nico.
It's me.
Whatevs. All right, so I did it, man. I finally went and saw Logan.
This is what we've been waiting on. Everyone who, when he lied to you 2 weeks ago and said that we're giving it time to breathe, what he meant was
I haven't seen it yet.
he hadn't seen it yet.
Nico, have you seen it?
Of course not.
Swipe left.
See, this is why we can't have nice things. This is why.
I didn't see it with you, so I wasn't going to see it.
That's true.
Who'd you go see it with?
Our dad. I took our dad to go see it.
Why did you go?
He was at the rodeo.
I was at the
that's
rodeo.
Right. That's right. Well, who
Who'd
were
you
you
I was
seeing?
doing a more Texas thing.
Who'd you even go see?
Oh God, I forget his name.
It was a Saturday, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Alan Jackson?
Derek Jeter.
Dirks
Yeah.
Bentley.
No, I don't know.
Jason Giambi.
No.
You're naming New York Yankees.
I know. He doesn't know that.
I
Alex
don't know.
Rodriguez.
I do know that one.
Andy Pettit.
He almost said yes to Derek Jeter.
Yogi
He was,
Berra.
It was like it sounds familiar. I don't know.
he was
where that's
a half
from,
step
though.
away from being like, yeah, Derek Jeter. It was definitely Derek Jeter.
Babe Ruth.
Baby.
Mickey Mantle? Nope, nothing, Nico?
No,
Nothing?
nothing.
Not ringing a
I
bell?
remember. The only thing I remember was I got to go to VIP for all 12 minutes. It was cool.
Ooh, very
Oh,
cool.
nice.
I had to wait for the elevator. It took
Dos
like 38
minutos.
minutes.
You
Yeah.
waited for the elevator.
Yeah, because like
Do you
you get to
think
like the
Nico's
very
walking?
top. You had to get to like the very little top floor, and then there's a guy in the elevator like, hey, what floor you want to go to?
There's an escalator right next to it.
No, to get to the very very top. To get to
Oh,
like the
okay.
bodyguard room.
The bodyguard room
What were you doing? Never mind.
I was in the
VIP.
VIP.
for 12 minutes.
I wore a
Then they got
button
kicked
down
out.
shirt that day.
Favors. Let's just say favors. You did favors that day. Good for you, buddy.
Of
Good
course I
proud
did.
of you.
Good job, Nico. But I saw Logan.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So,
It was amazing.
all right.
I
What'd you
loved
think?
it.
What'd you think?
I loved it.
Okay.
It's such a great movie.
All right. That was it. We
All
waited.
right, done.
Wrap it up and away.
Anything else?
all right,
Unfinished
okay.
No,
segment.
it-
Bring
it
the
was-
music back
it
up.
was
No
a-
kidding.
It's probably the best. It's definitely the best X-Men movie they've made.
Oh yeah.
Out of all of them, by
even
far.
close.
Not even close
Not
to
even
anything
close.
else. But especially to be, because a lot of times in trilogies, it's basically a trilogy.
This is yes.
But a lot of times the third one in the trilogy isn't as good as the first one.
But this has the very fortunate circumstance that the first Wolverine movie was so awful.
So
that
bad.
the bar is so low.
Right.
That you're like, was Hugh Jackman in it? Yes. Okay, it was probably better than the first one.
Right.
So
The only requirement.
yeah, it was it. That was really it.
But no, I think they did a great job of just focusing on a personal story of Logan and not making it too grandioso and not making it too big and involving like the whole outside world or the X-Men like they had in the past. Like
It follows the title very.
it was
broadly.
his
It does.
it was his and Chuck's like final relationship. And
but it
that was
also, I think, kind of overstate. Like it does tie all that stuff.
It does,
in,
but
though.
it doesn't
But
make.
it's
That's not the focal point.
Right. It's not about that stuff.
No, like-
but it does wrap all of it up.
Yeah, even so, if you look at Captain America,
Yeah.
like the first Captain America story is basically Captain America. Like it's about who he becomes, like his origin, which most origin movies are.
Correct.
But after that, it's a solo movie, but it incorporates so many other people that it's not even a Captain America movie. Like the last one, Civil War, Captain America: Civil War had how many people?
Yeah,
He wasn't the
might
main
as well have
focal
been another
point of the
Avengers
movie.
You know, I was kind of thinking about that the other day. That really was a Winter Soldier story.
Yeah, the
That's a
second
fact.
and third one.
The third one, no, the second one is definitely how Winter Soldier affects Captain America.
Right.
But the third one is 100%
Yeah.
a Winter Soldier
So
story.
then you come back to Logan, and they made the last movie just about Logan.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it had with X-23 and had the relationship
How
with Chuck.
awesome was that kid, man?
I know.
Just
I
awesome.
literally didn't think she was going to speak the entire movie until the very end when she said something in Spanish.
When she does the great, like, she's doing the great Hugh Jackman yell, and she's doing it
Yeah.
so good. I don't even, like, we're watching it, and Dad and I are just cracking up. Like, I'm dying laughing because she does such a good little Wolverine.
No, she does.
that You
It's
just,
perfect.
I was like, man, she's so good at this.
So basically, Corey DLG, everyone's seen it by now.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, he's about to spoil it. give us the cliff notes on Logan. Go.
So they get this. Essentially, it's from Old Man Logan, which was basically like if Wolverine was in the movie Tombstone.
Right.
And it's essentially it's a western in a lot of ways. It's a redemption story. It's Logan he's old. His body's breaking down. So everyone who knows Wolverine has a healing factor that basically can heal from any wound. Well, that's true, except the adamantium that's been in his body
for so long.
It's a foreign substance. So his body's been fighting it the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He just never knew it. He never realized it as he was young. But over time, it started to wear down. And the bigger injuries, the more he got hurt, the more he started to age.
The harder it became
for the healing factor to keep up with everything and the adamantium. So what's happening now is his body is starting to shut down.
Because this movie is set 2029.
Yeah.
To where the last X-Men movie was the 70s or 80s. What was Age of Apocalypse?
Apocalypse is the 80s.
80s. So 80s. Yeah. So got a pretty good long time.
Right. So what's essentially happened here is over time, as he's been with the X-Men, he gets those different injuries, those different things that have kind of set his body back, and he's had to heal from them and heal from them and heal from them. And so now finally everything's starting to catch up to him.
It's breaking down.
Yeah, so he's starting to actually
immortal again.
Yeah, he's starting to actually scar instead of heal.
Right.
Things are actually taking time to heal, and so he's turned to drinking to kind of deal with his pain.
Well, that and there are no mutants left.
There are no mutants left, and there's two reasons for that. One is the corporations have released a lot of genetic suppressants in like everything, in everything you eat and drink.
Right.
And the idea was they wanted to kind of control mutants, so they took all the DNA from mutants to privately weaponize them, so they can have mutants, and the rest of the world wouldn't give birth to wild
basically
mutants.
Destroyed all mutants.
Right. So now mutants are a private property of these corporations that they can use to weaponize and control basically the world. And so that's the premise of this movie, is that Logan is dying and he crosses paths with a nurse who worked at the lab where they build these mutants, and she's escaped with one. And she needs the help of the famous Wolverine to
save this kid.
To get this kid out of trouble.
You also have the relationship between him and Charles Xavier.
Yeah.
Charles Xavier is probably like in his 80s at this point.
Probably even a little bit older.
90s, and he's breaking down.
He's starting to suffer from dementia.
And he's the most powerful telepath in the world.
Actually, let's do this. Let's put it this way. So, Magneto and Professor X are friends.
Yes.
Magneto was in the Holocaust. Holocaust is in 45.
Right. And they were friends then.
And they were friends.
Well, they were kids then.
They were kids then. Right. So because they're roughly the same age.
Right.
So that means
this is 2029.
They were probably 10 at the Holocaust. So they're 65.
90s?
65 in the 2000s. Yeah, he might be 100 years old in this movie.
And so he's battling dementia.
Right. And also the reality is his powers are out of control.
Right. You can't control him anymore.
Right. So Wolverine's been buying illegal meds to help suppress Xavier's powers. Because the last time they ran out of control, what they hint at in the movie is that Professor Xavier loses control of his powers and actually kills everyone in.
All the X-Men.
That's where all the X-Men are.
Except for
Wolverine because he heals.
So basically the movie is the relationship between them two, and they're running from this group they call the Reavers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Reavers, who are chasing this kid. They work for the corporation.
Right.
They're chasing the kid. So it's basically one last hurrah, one last rodeo to try to save this kid, and he dies saving this kid.
Right. And also Xavier dies in the movie as well. And it's sort of a really sad relationship between Xavier and Logan, because Xavier is really, the whole time he's pushing Wolverine because he feels like Wolverine is being a jerk. And then when he has a moment of clarity towards the end of the movie, he remembers what he did, and he realizes he's been punishing Wolverine
this whole time.
It's been him that's keeping Wolverine down.
Well, even going back to, they mentioned in the movie when Chuck says, when I found you.
Yeah.
Like he's been like a father figure / mentor to the Hugh Jackman Wolverine this whole movie series.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they've been in every movie in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
Even in First Class.
Mm-hmm.
So every form or fashion, these two characters have been in these movies. And this is the last one they're doing. So it was kind of like their goodbye song. And it ends
Swan song.
Swan song.
Spencing.
Ooh, Hollywood Undead.
Swan
song. So yeah, and so that's what happens. And they save the kid. You see them save it, but they both die. And it's a very sad story start to finish.
Oh yeah. Oh, it really is. It's a brutal story.
It's not. You're not going to be happy when you leave. I don't think.
No, you're not.
It doesn't end well.
When me and my wife, when we left, the first thing she said was, "I hated this movie." Literally, she's like, "I hated this movie."
Wow.
We're going to talk more about why that might be in the next segment. But yeah, the movie was so. The only two things we got a few minutes here. The only two things that I think they could have done a little better is for me and you as avid comic book readers, like, we understood why Wolverine was dying.
Yes.
We got it. They hinted at it very slightly.
Yeah.
But to the average person, they were like, wait a minute, he's supposed to heal. Like, why is he breaking down? Like, why is he limping? What's going on? So they could have explained, I guess, a little better for the average viewer what was happening. And then also the Reavers, they didn't really explain, like, what purpose they had. Yes, they worked for a corporation, but you could tell there was some kind of, what do I want to say here? There was some kind of anger towards mutants from Donald Pierce, the main one, but they never really touched on, like, what his story was.
No, they really
like
don't.
how he got the bionic arm, basically. Why was he a cyborg almost?
I'm sure X-23 had something to do with that.
Probably, but they never touched on that.
They didn't tell you though.
They didn't touch on that.
No, they don't.
And so they could have explained that a little better to give viewers a better grasp of the grand scheme of things.
To go to your point, the morning after the weekend, I watched it. Monday morning, I'm driving into work, and they're talking about it on 104, and the two guys, Ryan and
Rula. He's a girl.
Rula and Ryan. It's Rula and Ryan's show, but it's Ryan and the other dude.
Okay.
Eric. Okay. And they're talking about it because basically, Eric gets it wrong. I actually wrote him on their Facebook page while I was in traffic.
Nice.
That's safe.
Yeah,
Should have wrote it from Nerd Thug Radio.
Well, and what he said was because the company was releasing the stuff that suppresses the mutant power, the mutant gene in people, he was like, so that means that's why Wolverine can't heal.
No.
But that's not really. That's actually incorrect. Like, he actually references it when he talks to the professor.
Yes.
And he says,
This stuff
he's the guy who put that poison inside of me.
Yeah, the poison, the animadium is finally
Catching up to him.
after, geez,
And actually,
how many years?
in the comic books,
A
they've
lot.
actually touched on it a couple different times. The animanium poisoning, it's a thing that they've referenced before.
But the average viewer doesn't know
They
that.
don't know that,
So they
right.
should have explained it just a little bit better.
They had this really cool story arc one time where the High Evolutionary cured mutation. And it was like, what do the X-Men do when they're not freaks anymore?
Yeah.
And they flash to Wolverine, and he's just going around just beating a bunch of people up.
Cage fighting.
Because he thinks he's dying because of the animanium poisoning. And McCoy's like, I have a pill for that. And he's like, what?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So McCoy's like giving him shots. But yeah, he was going around trying to just beat up everybody.
Let's shoot out to a break real quick. When we come back, we're going to dive more into the movie Logan. You're listening to Nerd Thug Radio.
# talking nerdy to you.